Seriously? Hey guys, and welcome to another tactics video with myself, 6+ Stevo. In this one, we are taking a look at the Stormboyz. Now, this is a very interesting unit. 65 points, which in my mind is an absolute bargain. These guys are ridiculously cheap for what they do. So let's take a look at the stats. We have movement 12, toughness 5, save 5+, 1 wound, leadership 7, and an objective control of 1, and the knob has 2 wounds. So straight away, movement 12, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that is fantastic. So these guys are nipping across the board really quick. They are all armed with sluggers and choppers, and the boss knob can be armed with a power claw for some extra punch. So they hit just as effectively as regular boys, but they are really fast moving boys. But they also come with some beautiful abilities, one of which being deep strike, which is always useful, getting them right to where they're needed. And they also have the extra ability full throttle. This unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. If it does, before making that charge move, roll 1d6 for each model in this unit. For each one, this unit suffers 1 mortal wound. You cannot use this ability during the battle round in which you call a war. So, obviously, when you call a war, all your units can do that. They can charge, they can advance and then charge. And these guys can still do that without penalty. But they can also do it at any other time during the game, albeit with a risk. Now, you're rolling a dice for each guy, so the chances of rolling a couple of ones are pretty high, so it is risky. You could lose a few. But yeah, I think for having boys getting stuck into battle, Stormboyz are really good for that. And you know, having like the keyword fly, having the grenade keyword as well, basically being able to do everything that your regular boys can do, but a bit more. Yeah, I think these guys, I think for one, they're fantastic looking miniatures. I actually don't have any Stormboyz in my army. I have bought the box, but I ended up using loads of the parts to build the last video's lot, tank busters. I used a lot of their parts from my tank busters. Possibly regretting that decision now. Yeah. But yeah, fantastic miniatures. I think that movement of 12 with then being able to advance and charge at any time, really good. Being able to deep strike is really good. I just think the maneuverability and the freedom of where to get these guys to where they're most needed is really good. And 65 points, that's just lovely. That's really nice, especially after the last one we looked at the tank busters being like 135 points. Now I know the tank busters are putting out some heavy firepower and stuff, but quite frankly, I think these Stormboyz, they absolutely piss all over them from a great height. They are far better at what they do, and with a unit like this, with that maneuverability and stuff, it's having them in a small unit of 5 is going to be fine, because you can hide them behind buildings, you can jump over them, you've got that nice movement speed, you've got to be able to advance charge, so it's going to be quite easy to get these guys into combat doing what you put them in your army to do, and you're not really going to have to worry about them getting shot to death before they get a chance to do that. Obviously, you've got to watch out for like Overwatch and stuff. But yeah, I think a small unit of these is going to be really good. But unlike the tank busters, they don't need to be a small unit, because you can increase these up to a squad size of 10. And like I say, with the boss knob in there having a power claw, all of them having them choppers with that -1, yeah, I think they're an absolutely fantastic unit. Really good. But I think small units of 5 of these would be good. You can just deliver that extra bit of like punch power where you want it, being able to get it across the table quickly. You can hug cover with them, you can wait till the right time to strike, or deep strike them down on a point where they're most needed. I think they're an absolutely fantastic unit. And I think at 65 points, it is well worth putting like a small unit of these in, or going bigger and having a full unit of 10. And yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome. Yeah, I'm really liking Stormboyz. I think they've done a fantastic job with them. And I think, yeah, they're going to be really, really popular on the tabletop. And they should be. They should be. Now, they do have one character that you can plug into them, which we will, like all the other ones we've gone into earlier, we will go into in more depth later on, but we've got to talk about him. If we're talking about Stormboyz, how can we not talk about Boss Zagstruck? So what does he do? Well, we'll go over that more when we look at his data card in more detail, but he's got some nice punch power of his own. But what does he do to the unit? Well, he's got the abilities Drill Boss. So while this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the hit roll. So now your Stormboyz are hitting on 2+. Heck yeah. A unit of boys that really don't need to worry about being shot to shit before they get into battle. Getting straight in, getting stuck in with the full unit, hitting on 2s. Yes, please. Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to turn their nose up at that, are they? And he's also got this lovely little rule, Plummeting Descent. You can re-roll charge rolls made for this model's unit in a turn in which it was set up on the battlefield from reserve. So I'm thinking, I think I'm getting this right. So they're coming in from reserve. They can deep strike. So on the turn in which they deep strike, they're going to be at that 9-inch range. So obviously, you know, it's far from a guaranteed charge. So having Zagstruck in the unit, meaning you can re-roll that charge, making them much more likely to get into that combat and then hitting on 2s when they get in there. Yeah, I think a unit of 10 Stormboyz with Zagstruck in there, pretty tasty. Pretty tasty indeed. So yeah. This has been really nice, actually, to look at a unit like this after the last unit we looked at being the Tank Busters. Looking at a unit like this, like I said, there's been most of the units in this index I think are very, very usable. Now, I'm not like a meta player. I'm not into like crunching the numbers and being really fucking, you know, detailed and sort of, you know, just looking at it in a really sort of competitive list building sort of way. Just sort of look at units and think, are they going to be useful? Can you get some good use out of them? Do you get good value on the points? From the way I look at these guys, I think yes, definitely. I really want to get some Stormboyz in my army now because I think they're just going to be great fun to use. But guys, what I'd usually do at this point is I would usually tell you what video is coming up next, but this time I don't want to do that. I want to let you guys choose what's coming next. So I'm going to give you options, right? And I want you to say in the comments which one of these 2 options you want to see next. And rather fittingly, these 2 options do actually come in the same kit. So on the next video, guys, you can choose between doing a tactics video on the Burner Boys or the Looters. So you choose, guys, Burner Boys or Looters. What do you build out of the box and what do you want to see me talk about on the next one, eh? So share your comments down below. Let me know what you think of Stormboyz. Let me know what you think of Boss Zagstruck leading them. Let me know if you've been using them on the table and if they've been doing good for you, and if you think they're as much of a bargain as I do. And also, very importantly, let me know in the comment section below if you want to see Looters on the next one or you want to see Burner Boys on the next one. I'll count up all the votes, and in the next couple of days I will film that video and get that out to you guys. But for now, guys, this is 6+ Stevo signing out.